London.
Quite happy you're here.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right. This is James Holder for I'm from London. I'm in the Haymaker Gym in Vauxhall today for the Kessler Media Day. With me, I've got Kalle Sauerland. How are you, sir?
Very well, thank you.
May I say it's great to have you guys in the UK.
Yes, well look, it's second home to me. My brother still lives here, so as you can tell by my accent, you know this is home London. So
quite a peculiar upbringing, being German, South African, and with quite a good mix of English.
Well, it's not that complicated. I was dropped off here when I was 2, was born in Germany and bred here. So, you know, the South African part is more where my dad lived, but we're not South Africans.
All right, okay. Are you excited about fight week? Everything's been leading up for the last couple of months to this moment. Talk to me a little bit.
I don't think I've ever been so excited for a fight. I arrived here yesterday. Normally my pre-fight tension starts on a Thursday, Friday, and yesterday already I noticed, you know, there's a buzz in the air here, and I mean, Mikael, we've just seen, you know, obviously a little light work out here. We don't want to give away too many clues on what we're planning, but he looks sharp. You know, I mean, wouldn't you look sharp if you've just been sparring with Nathan Cleverly, George Groves, Eric Skoglund over the last few weeks? You know, I mean, he's in top shape. And you know we couldn't be more happy with the preparation.
First fight went down in history as a legendary encounter. Now the public are expecting more of the same. Do you think these guys are going to deliver?
I think it'll be better. I just think it will be better because I think the first fight there was a lot of storylines around it. Like Mikael came into the fight, he obviously had to. Let's say whenever anyone loses in life, whether it's in boxing or not, you've got to regroup, you know, and Mikael had come off this very strange, I'm just going to call it strange night in Oakland, where we were butted out of a world championship belt, and he went into the last fight thinking, you know, obviously in a way everyone, even the most confident people in the world, question themselves at certain times, and I think the first few rounds, you know, Mikael was feeling himself out, and before he really opened up, he got into the fight, and I think Carl did to a certain extent as well. And then, obviously, we know what happened in the later rounds. It turned into an absolute war. And I think that this one, it won't take long for them to warm up. I think this will be war from the first round.
Mikael is able to fight on the jab as well as being an out-and-out warrior, as is Carl. Do you think he'll fight like that until he gets hit by a couple of shots, and then it will take it back to being a war?
Yeah, I mean, you know, look, I think everyone around the fight, around the game, is discussing how this could go. You know, and I had my 2 cents to it as well. And I think that, you know, they're gonna go in there both with their tactics, which I think are going to go out the window when they start unloading shots. That's how I see it. You know, I think it's for sure they've both got proper game plans, but once those shots go, you know, I mean, last time, I mean, Mikael up a couple of rounds going into the 12th. So there was no need to go to war in the 12th round, you know. And I mean, 99% of guys would have said, you know, I've won. You know, I'm at home. Let me see it out. Jab him, you know, back him up, you know. But don't go in and start a war. Actually, I went to the corner towards in the break to the 12th round. I said, Mikael, I said, listen, guys, just calm it, because I knew that Carl was going to come out there and look for it in the last round. He had to. But what did Mikael do? He went straight in the middle of the ring and unloaded. And you know, the rest is history. You know, I mean, it was one of the greatest rounds I've definitely ever witnessed to myself. I think the greatest round I've ever seen live, and I've seen a fair few.
Emphatic, absolutely emphatic fight. How long have Mikael Kessler and Jimmy Montoya been in the UK now preparing?
They arrived this morning, so you know, but it's an hour journey over from Copenhagen. You know, Mikael knows London well. Don't forget his mother's English. So, you know,
a lot of people forget that.
Yeah, you forget that his mother's English. You know, and obviously, you know, Carl's got Polish roots. So maybe there'll be a few English fans cheering on for Mikael.
You never know.
Yeah.
Can you talk to me a little bit about how the Danish pay-per-view side's gone? Has it got a massive demand back home for Kessler?
Well, anything pay-per-view wise is done on the day of the show. You know, that's the way the business is. I mean, you know, is it
really no final numbers or roughly numbers until it's fight time?
Right? We only find out afterwards, anyways. But generally, look, the whole country's behind him. I mean, I'll give you an example on Saturday.
Please do.
Saturday and Sunday. there's two main newspapers in Denmark, and on those days he accumulated a total of 11 pages in the newspaper, and both front covers on both days. That's with 8 days to go, right?
Absolutely massive.
So this week I think we've got 14 members of the Danish media already turned up yesterday. So it's a very big one for Denmark. He's Denmark's #1 sportsman, and he's got a country behind him, and we're confident.
I think that gives us a good sign to how popular Mikael Kessler actually is back home.
Yeah, I mean, can't really put it into. It hasn't got much to do with boxing. It's got to do with whether a lot of people call him the Beckham of Denmark. I don't know whether that's a fair comparison. I mean, but Mikael is in his own right the #1 star in Denmark at the moment, and we don't want to lose that position on Saturday.
I understand that, sir. I've read somewhere that you're going to be bringing over maybe some Vikings to get involved in the pre-fight build-up and stuff. Could you talk to me a little bit about that?
There's a couple of Vikings on the way.
Are they real Vikings?
Well, we'll see about that when they arrive here.
Good answer.
But we'll just keep tuned, stay tuned this week. It's going to be a funny fight week, and we're looking forward to it.
Listen, we're absolutely privileged to have this in the UK, as I said, and if it means pay-per-view for fights of this magnitude, I'm happy to pay for it, so I'm sure most people are, so well done for you and Eddie for putting it together. Wish you guys the best of luck, and I'll see you throughout fight week, and we'll pick this up again.
Nice one, James.
Thank you very much. This is James Helder with Kalle Sauerland for iFilm London. Thank you very much.
iFilm London. iFilm London. iFilm London.